Hello, my loves, and welcome to this replay of the Make Your 2025 Your Most Mythic Year Yet, where you claim heroine status of your story. I know a lot of you know me from TikTok lives, which is absolutely incredible. But if you don't know anything about me, my name is Carly. I am a mythic manifestation coach focused on bringing elements of myth, magic, storytelling, and main character energy when creating your dream life and guiding you through this process. I have read so many manifestation books. I have listened to every podcast and all of the, self-development material. And I was doing this while I was still a performing artist. I used to be a professional dancer and actor, and something told me that I was not on the right path, even though art has been my life for my whole life. What I discovered was that I was waiting for someone to tell me that I had made it. I was in this constant waiting period of maybe this will be my big break. And while I did have some measure of success in those industries, I worked on some commercials and film and TV. I felt like, okay, the reason I'm not reaching this pinnacle of success is because this is not what I'm meant to be doing. I asked Spirit, I asked Universe, I asked my guides, what should I be doing? I know I have so much more to offer. And how can I combine absolutely everything that I love into that? And that very day in the shower, the idea for Your Hero's Quest downloaded in. And it's taking all of my knowledge, all of my own personal inner journeys I've taken, all of the knowledge I've read about, the wisdom I've learned along the way, and crafting these amazing fantasy-inspired journeys for you guys to reclaim your magic, myth, storytelling, and, as I said, heroine status of your life. From that perspective, you feel unstoppable, like you can truly be, do, and have anything you desire. So let's get right into it. We're going to go through just a little process that I take myself on at the beginning of the year. And you don't have to wait, of course, for the beginning of the year, for the middle of the year to do this. If you're watching this on a random time of the year, every single day is a new opportunity to start anew and start fresh. So welcome. I'm so happy you're here. And yeah, let's dive in. So for this little workshop, this experience, you'll want to have a journal with you and something to write with, or a notebook, maybe even light a candle, make a little cozy space for yourself. Make sure you have a little bit of time and some quiet space just for you to really get in tune with your inner being and your higher self and the vision that you want to cast for this year. I have my notes here so that I don't miss anything. In this transformative session, you will discover how to tap into your inner heroine's journey and step into the unknown confidently, align your intentions with your soul's mission, create actionable steps to bring your dreams to life in 2025. No more waiting, no more maybe next year. It's happening this year. We are claiming that for ourselves right here and now. You can say it out loud. This is happening this year. Use and learn manifestation tools and techniques to clear limiting beliefs and stay on track all year. Whether you want to manifest personal growth, financial abundance, or simply a life of adventure, this workshop will help you set the stage for your most magical and abundant year yet. And I am so excited to be your guide on this little mini journey. Okay, so firstly, let's take a few deep breaths together just to ground into this space and this moment that we're sharing with each other. So I invite you to close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths with me. And now maybe place your hand over your heart, and maybe one on your heart and one on your womb space. And really feel your heart. I always get a tingle the minute my hand touches my heart space. Really feel your heart, see your heart, smile into your heart. Your heart says hello, and you can send your love back to it. And now just in this space, really connecting with your heart center, because your heart center is the seat of your eros, and eros is your divine desires. Your heart is also the portal of giving and receiving. This is the manifestation center. So when your heart is open, you are open to possibilities, you're open to receive ideas, downloads, meeting new people, having things enter your path unexpectedly and magically. When your heart is open, you're connected back to that childlike wonder for the world. When your heart is open, you're safe to be vulnerable and to share and express your authenticity. And when your heart is open, you are connected to your desire, your feminine energy, that eros that churns within you, that is your divinity. And remember, these desires were placed in your heart for a reason. They are meant for you to experience them, and only you can bring them to fruition. That is how important these desires are. They are the very fabric of the universe, of God within you. That eros, it's your seeking and reaching to unite with the divine. And we unite with the divine through this heart space, through our imagination. That is our seat of creativity, our creatorship within. You are a divine creator, and this is a reclamation of that. So feel into that heart. Maybe see it as this glowing light under your hand, glowing white light. And you can just see it getting brighter. Maybe now this light is peeking through your fingertips, your rib cage, in all directions. And now this light is emanating all through you and around you in an aura, emanating from your heart space. And now maybe this light has reached the walls of the room that you're in. And now maybe it's peeking through those walls, seeping through those walls into your apartment building or your yard, your neighborhood. Now it's into your whole city, and now it's into the world, and now it has reached the very cosmos and the very center of the earth. And this light started with you from your heart. That is how powerful you are. So let's take a deep breath there. And when you're ready, I invite you to reopen your eyes back in the space, in this harmonious feeling of inner power, beauty, and divinity. That's a place we want to create from, right? So it's so important in this work to be in that regulated state and in that remembrance of who you truly are. It helps to separate you from the distractions of the outside world and from your thoughts, because our thoughts can tell us stories that are not true. And when we subscribe to those stories, we start to stray off the path. So when we're back connected with our heart, that's the truth and the beauty and the love. Okay, so the reason, and I just wanted to say as well, I'm setting the highest intentions for this hour together, this time together, and this is a totally safe, loving, and judgment-free space. And that is coming from me. And also, I hope that you can feel that for yourself, just enveloping your own self in divine love, acceptance, judgment-free, and complete, unconditional love, trust, ownership for yourself, okay? So the reason I wanted to lead this is because I think that there's a lot of misleading things out there around New Year's resolutions, New Year's goals, etc. And I also am someone who struggled deeply in the past, year after year after year, of subscribing to New Year's resolutions and then being that person who, not but a few weeks later, if not even 1 week later, found that I had not been able to bring any of those goals to fruition. I was not able to stick to any habits or new routine that I wanted to set for myself. And then I felt like a failure. And I was like, well, I'll just go back to the way I was. And thus that cycle repeats. So it wasn't until I discovered identity work and this main character energy, I'm the main character, the protagonist, the heroine of my story. What does that feel like? That everything shifted for me. And this is what's actually going to bring your vision board to life and activate it and take it from being just an idea or a wish or a hope or a pretty collage you made into an actualization in your life. And that comes from an embodiment within. So very first off, I think it's really important to reflect on the year that you already had and how far you've come, because this beautiful version of you right now got you here. So we want to honor her, and we want to honor the experiences that we have been through in this past year and all of the lessons that we've learned, the challenges we overcame, and all of the beauty we uncovered within. So this is going to be a little bit of a journal session to begin. Question number 1 is, what moments, experiences, or lessons stand out from this past year? And I'm going to put the questions in the description, so you'll be able to look at that if this is going too fast. What moments, experiences, or lessons stand out from this past year? What has shaped your journey thus far? So what really stands out from this past year? What things have shaped your journey thus far? So I'll give you a moment to reflect on that in your journal. Let me put on some music for you. And if you need more time with that, just go ahead and pause this and continue answering that. Now let's move on to part 2 of this reflection. What hidden strengths have you uncovered in this past year's challenges and wins? What hidden strengths have you uncovered in this past year's challenges and wins? We want to really honor those strengths that have come forth. It's easy to just skate into the next year and be like, this is what I want to accomplish. But you learned so much this past year, so it's really nice to identify that. What are those hidden strengths that were birthed through you this past year? So I'll give you a minute for that question. And again, you can pause this to complete that question number 2. And here is the last question of the reflection. What burdens or beliefs feel heavy or burdensome on your soul? What are you ready to leave behind and cast into the flames? What burdens or beliefs feel heavy on your soul? What are you ready to leave behind and cast into the flames to be transmuted? Now, if you want, when you're ready, you can rip this part off or write on another piece of paper a list of any burdens or beliefs that you are discarding, that you are releasing, and you can safely burn those in a fire-safe dish or a fireplace if you have one, or if you don't have a fire, that's okay. You can bury it. You can rip it up. You can just cast it in the garbage, just signifying that these things are out of your mind and body, and now they are gone. Now that we've reflected and you can see where that even in the challenges of last year, so much good did happen, because you can maybe see how everything served you from this, removed perspective, because it allowed you to step up into a more strengthened version of you, a more whole version of you, a more resilient version of you, whatever that is. I want to remind you that you set the rules of your reality, and then it forms to those rules. And these rules are set through your thoughts, beliefs, and assumptions. So when you upgrade the thought and belief system, you take your power back. And when you remember deep in your soul that you really are the heroine of your story, and you and only you can fulfill your destiny, your soul's mission, it paves the way for this power to just rise within you. The power to quell these voices and remember that you get to, at any point in time, choose and decide differently. So again, I'm so proud of you for showing up for this, because it is that reclamation and it is that decision of, you know what, I may have gone on the path this way for so long on setting sails into something so much better and not looking back. And that is what moves mountains in your life. It's your intention, it's your decision, it's your choice of becoming anew and choosing positive expectation, choosing to assume that things are working out for you, that it is going well, that your success is inevitable, that prosperity, abundance is your birthright. So we've made it to part 2 of this journey, and this is the intentions and dream weaving phase. We are going to cast a big energetic vision. I like to do this because, like we were talking about with the New Year's resolutions, those resolutions are often just a list of goals, like a list of, like, I want a better body. I'm gonna, go to the gym 5 days a week. I want more money. I'm going to hustle harder. And oftentimes those goals can sit on a piece of paper, but the energy isn't behind them. The identity shift isn't behind them. And that's where that fall off happens. So I like to cast an energetic vision. Now, when you're thinking about what you desire, the underlying core of that is the energy of who you need to become to have those desires. For instance, if you're looking at that list and it's like, my desire is to have my dream body, well, what's the energy behind that? The energetic core of that is confidence, is devotion to yourself and health, and is self-love. So it's not like I'm going to the gym now, committing to the gym or committing to healthier food because I'm trying to change myself for some external egoic reason. It's because you're aligning to this different energy. So when you're thinking of your goals, what could be 1 to 3 words that you would like to guide you this year? Write those down. And just as an example, mine are devotion, expansion, and prosperity. These are going to be this 1 word, or these 2 words or 3 words can be your sort of energetic guide for the year. And what I mean by that is, as you go forth through these next weeks, months, upcoming, you can see if you are in alignment with that energetic vision or out of alignment. So any decisions you're making, you can say, does this serve my devotion, expansion, and prosperity, or is it serving old beliefs? Is this in service of my vision, or is it in service to an old self who chose differently? After you decide on your energetic vision, you can go ahead and write down one major goal for 2025, 1 or 2. This is not, that list of New Year's resolutions. Remember, I don't think that works. So think of 1 major goal, 1 or 2 major goals for 2025 that you would like to come to life this year. And maybe that is starting a business, becoming a content creator, getting into an aligned relationship, getting a promotion, your dream career, going on your dream vacation, traveling to a dream destination, making X amount of money, whatever your major goal is, write that down. You can now see where that goal is going to align with that energetic vision, and you can maybe pick a different, or, a new word, or it helps you pick a word for this goal to come to life. We are going to get a little bit more micro, and I like this because, like, a shorter period of time, because when I think of like all of 2025 going beyond that 1 or 2 major goals, I get too overwhelmed. There's so many months. What if I'm in a completely different headspace or physical space in 6 months? So we're going to think about smaller goals for winter, for this season, basically the next, 90 days. 3-month time. These smaller goals for winter are going to set up your whole year. The overall vision is cast, and now we're going to take it micro. So what is something that you would like to accomplish by spring. Again, maybe it's that business, the money, planning the trip, opening yourself to a relationship. It's in this more micro way. And what is something that really is tangibly accomplishable for you come spring? So then you're ready to bloom. And winter, another reminder is that winter is, that's why I call this a dream weaving and intention setting workshop, because winter is that dream state. It's this hibernation. It's we're resting, we're rejuvenating, we're reconnecting, we're planting those seeds so that they will be ready to blossom come spring. So don't feel bad if you're not in the energy of hitting the ground running, because the real new year is the spring equinox. And it was changed to January not that long ago in 1582. And then you'll want to revisit this practice in spring when those seeds have sprouted. So part 3 of this is now seeing the identity shift, identifying the identity shift, if you will. When you're looking, you have written down your big energetic vision. You have 1 or 2 major goals for 2025. You now also have those micro goals for the winter. This is going to be the most important question that you ask looking at this. This is going to activate the vision. Who do I need to become to achieve these things? Who do I need to become to achieve these things? Who is that mythic hero in you who knows that all of that is possible for you? That not only is it possible, but it's inevitable. If you walk in that energy of it happening, it is done. Maybe in years past, you walked towards your goals in complete doubt and disbelief deep down. You had a feeling of, this is possible for me, it's exciting, but you were really telling yourself, I can't have any of this. Who am I to have this? Who am I to start that thing? None of this is actually going to happen for me. So that's the gap that has perhaps persisted in your life. But this year is different because you are choosing to remember that you are the heroine of your story, that you get to be in that main character energy, because why should you be playing a side character or a background role of your own life? From those perspectives, it's going to be hard to achieve these goals. But from the you who owns yourself, owns your confidence, owns your authenticity, you're unstoppable. Who is this mythic hero in you? We're going to craft her now. When you're thinking about, again, the goals, think about the you who already has them. If you had the things you wrote down, if you had all of that right now, what would your thoughts, beliefs, and habits be? What do you think is possible for you through this lens? How do you show up in the world? How do you show up for yourself? How do you walk into a room? Like you're writing this story or like you're the background of it? What are her routines? How does she dress? How does she plan? How does she speak to people? How does she speak about herself and to herself? Get really specific here. This is going to be your main task to activate the vision, to really bring all of this into fruition. Yes, it is taking those actions, but you're doing it now from this elevated identity. So your task here is to consistently notice where you are still operating from the old identity and where you can step into heroine identity, main character energy. When you are faced with, starting as soon as right now, when we get off this call, out of this workshop, when you now are making decisions for your day, ask, what would my ideal main character self do? This is going to allow you to start operating from that elevated identity. What would she do? What would she think about this situation? When you find yourself with doubts creeping up, with old belief patterns creeping up, would the me who has all these things believe that story? No. So what story am I going to switch to? Because you're making this change to habitual patterns, taking this brave leap into the unknown, like, I'm so proud of you. This identity work is life-changing, but not easy. It takes deep consistency, right? Takes deep consistency. You are going to be met with what we call threshold guardians on the hero's journey. And these are those fears and limiting beliefs. So it's important to notice when they arise And instead of allowing yourself to fall into their familiar pattern, you can change this through the noticing, through journaling on them, somatic release practices like EFT tapping. I actually have a whole EFT tapping workshop available in my store. If you've never done it and it's something that you want to learn, it is also completely life-changing. Meditation, breath work, dancing, nature walk, whatever that is for you. And remember, keeping your energy and vibration high and nervous system regulated into peace is going to allow you to claim this heroine status and not be in fights with yourself. When you adopt this higher identity, it's going to allow the things come to fruition, because when you do that, you naturally start to take different actions. You naturally start to show up differently. Your whole energy changes. So when you're moving as if you already have something, it is completely different than moving as if you're wishing, waiting, or hoping for it to happen. The world quite literally starts conforming differently to your difference of energy, of vibration, of this new beacon you're putting out. And here's an example of a micro practice you can start to align that I started doing and promising to myself, like I made the commitment to myself that I would do this, and that is not looking at my phone first thing in the morning, because you are important and you get to start the day with you and your energy only. When we look at our phone, when our eyes open and the phone is the first thing we look at, we are now immediately in reactor and consumer energy instead of creator energy. This is a massive shift, and it's such a small thing that is very difficult for some of us, speaking to myself, but it is a huge change. When you now take that power back to yourself, you're now in creator mode of your day, you're setting up your energy in a creatorship. Maybe this is journaling first thing in the morning, reading, taking yourself on a walk, just making your coffee and listening to the birds chirp, whatever that is for you. And when we're incorporating the higher identity as well, you might find yourself wanting to declutter your house, clean out your closet, making space for something or someone new, forgiving an ex, cutting energetic cords to any situations or people that are not going to serve where you're going in 2025. Another micro identity / action shift would be, say you're prioritizing your health or wealth goals. This could look like incorporating exercising every day, buying nourishing foods, maybe starting a budget spreadsheet, really like maybe having a weekly date with your bank account and seeing money in a whole new way. But yeah, so what are you now identifying with? That's kind of the identity work. You're choosing to identify with different things. Maybe in the past you identified with doubt, you identified with scarcity, you identified with fear, and now you're choosing to identify with knowing and faith and trust, with prosperity and abundance, and with success. Living mythically is an amazing mindset shift in itself, because it ignites that innate storytelling that is so part of our human nature, realizing we are the author, the protagonist, the director, the producer of our own story. It connects you to a deeper mystery about life as well, that you are literally weaving a living myth through your very being. That's how important you are. And no one else can do this piece of the tapestry but you. So the faster you start to claim your destiny, the faster you step into this heroine mythic role, the more impact you get to have on the universe itself and on all those around you. Your mission is much greater than you may even realize. And really, fundamentally, your mission here on earth is to be all of you. So when we're doing this and when we're claiming that higher identity, it allows us to get rid of the old beliefs that we took on that just block us and bar us from being our full authentic self. The vibration of authenticity is so high. And the world needs your authenticity, your authentic vibration. So happy thoughts are going to stand as a guard against the old way. So I invite you to place an energetic shield of light in your mind. Imagine this beautiful shield. Maybe it's ornate, it's It's something you would find in a fantasy tale, and it is now in your mind. And anytime those thoughts of doubt, fear, lack want to come in, your light is so bright they ricochet right off it and go back to where they came from. You do not allow those thoughts to have any power over you anymore. You only allow miracles, you only allow opportunity, success, love, and abundance in. The more and more you choose these new thoughts and beliefs, that old path that you used to go down all the time is going to become overgrown. And the new one is going to be your main way of going on your journey. Practical techniques to stay on track. Create a lock screen vision board. This might help you if you're a vision board person. It's so nice to, we look at our phone all the time, as we said, as we know. So you can have it right there for you every time you look at your phone. And I like to just put a few things on here. I did my winter goals on my vision board with my energetic words on there as well. And mirror work every morning with positive affirmations. The thing you're going to want to start your day with is looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I love you. I love you. Everything starts from this self-love. Look yourself in the mirror. Do not look away. Connect with your beautiful heart and soul and say, I love you. I accept you. I trust you. I honor you. I forgive you. I believe in you. I have faith in our journey. A bonus of this would be to use EFT tapping into the mirror, which is what I do. If you have a few moments every day that you can devote to this, I promise it's going to be life-changing in clearing those negative beliefs literally out of your body, because they have accumulated over time as stored and stuck energy. So this can be where the disparity happens between our conscious mind and subconscious mind, but subconsciously there's these things holding us back. So that's why the identity work is so important. And then if you still find yourself struggling with really fully embodying that, check out EFT tapping. Again, I have a masterclass on that, and there's also a ton of free resources on YouTube for tapping. Another tip and technique to stay on track is going to be to visualize yourself with these goals already being manifested every single night as you fall asleep. Fall asleep in the feeling that they are already here. Visualize yourself living in that reality. What are you doing after they've already manifested? See yourself on that trip. See yourself living abundantly with a dream partner, whatever you've written down as your goal. See yourself embodying that heroine status, those energetic blueprints that you set down. You can also read what you've written as your goals as well to keep your mind in the positive vibration around them. When you are making a decision or feeling yourself wanting to fall into old habits, ask, what would my ideal self do? And does this align with my energetic intentions? I know we covered that before, but this is so key. What would my ideal self do? Does this align with my energetic intentions? And these two next ones are maybe the complete key to this all. Stay consistent. Stay consistent. This is where it's easier to be consistent though, because you're giving yourself a feeling. These practices, the identity practice is, you can do this. You can do this. You get to choose this every single day. Stay consistent in your heroine self, and your entire life will shift. Those winter goals will have no choice but to manifest, because your outer world reflects your inner world. And that's just how it is. And last but not least, commit to not going back. Commit to not going back to who you were, to that toxic relationship or situation, to those toxic beliefs, to negative self-talk. Commit. You're not going back. Your shield of light says, turn your face forward and move in the direction of your dreams. Commit to your worthiness of your dream life. Commit to a prosperity consciousness. You are no longer identifying with lack. You see through the lens of prosperity. Commit to an ease, a peace, and flow that is your birthright. Commit to the knowing that you are meant for an extraordinary life, and it is simply up to you now to live it. I have full body chills and literally could cry with the truth of those words and how deeply I feel them for you. And now you can say, universe, I am open and ready for you to start conspiring in my favor to make my dreams come true. Now let's take 1 minute together. We've come to the end of this journey. Put your hand back on your heart, hand on heart, and maybe your womb space. Deep breath in. Does your heart's light feel even more expansive than it was before? I want you to take a moment here in this space while we're lit up with this possibility, this knowing, and see yourself standing in front of a beautiful, huge mirror. Maybe you're in a forest or you're in the cosmos, somewhere in the mountains, somewhere expansive, somewhere that feels magical to you. And this mirror appears. And when you look in this mirror, you are going to see your higher self. You're going to see you as your truth of who you really are. So open your eyes and take a look in this divine mirror and see you in all your glory, your light and your love, your beauty, your radiance, your authenticity, your magnetism. Smile at yourself. This is you. This is not somewhere out there. This you already lives within you, and she is ready to come forth now. She said, we are not playing small anymore, honey. I am ready. We are ready to be the captainess of our life from this beautiful higher perspective. Maybe you see yourself with a crown on your head, a sword at your side, with armor on, your heroine self, but you are ready to tackle any obstacle, and you are ready to claim boldly claim your dream life. Not another day is going to go by with you settling for less than you deserve. And you see that, and you are smiling at yourself in that mirror saying, I know, I trust, I am. And feel yourself merge with this higher heroine iteration of you. She is here and you are her. And so it is. It is done. You may open your eyes. And that brings us to the end of this beautiful mythic 2025 dream weaving journey. And I thank you so much for coming on this with me. I would love to hear your feedback, how you found this journey to be, if you're excited, if you're lit up, if you had any aha moments. And if this lit you up and you want an even deeper exploration, you want to continue your heroine's journey, I have created the Quest for the Girl Within, a 6-week mythic transformation that embarks at the end of this month. And I'm looking for 8 heroines to join me. We are going to enter the inner forest, meet with mystical guides along the way to vanquish your deepest fears, heal your inner child, reclaim lost parts of yourself, remember and rediscover your inner magic and imagination and artist. Find the courage to truly live mythically in this way and claim your dream life for yourself and that inner bravery, and then rise completely transformed anew as this version of you who is so unwavering in your knowing of self that you get to be, do, and have whatever you want, and that you get to live in this modern world with this sense of wonder, with this sense of romance and beauty, and really reclaiming that for yourself. So this is going to be an epic quest. I would love to have each and every one of you join me on that. The info for that is also linked below. DM me, email me with any questions you might have, but check that out if you want to take this journey and transformation to a whole new level. It's going to be completely epic. We are going on like a fellowship quest that feels like you're going to be in your very own fantasy tale / movie. and I'm so excited. Okay. So thank you again. Thank you to yourself for showing up for this. Thank you to you for being here with me. And I am sending you so much love, light, positivity, and inspiration on your 2025 adventure. I'll see you guys soon. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and stay tuned for more magic in your inbox. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Much love.